It's time to duel! Wow, that actually stuck. Hello, welcome back to another figure review. This time I'm gonna have a look at another Union Creative Vulcanlog Revoltag Inheritance Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of Dimension. This time we're gonna have a look at Yugi Muto. That's right, the original character, and none of the Atom Yami Yugi. He doesn't have a puzzle, but he has cards and the heart of the cards. So let's have a look at him. Alrighty then, first things first. Let's have a look at the size, because I forgot that in the last one. I'm bad. I'm out of practice, guys. I haven't done figure reviews in quite a while, so let's get back on track. He stands in about... He's 13.5 centimeters to his head over here, and then goes up to like almost 16 centimeters if you have his spike up there. So yeah, it's like the area we're looking at. So that's a little over 6 inches, almost 6.5 inches to the top of his hair, and 5.5 inches almost to his head. So there you go. That's the size of this guy, and my background is falling. Ah! Okay, stay there. No, stay there. Fuck you. Alright. Overall likeness. I gotta say, he looks pretty darn good. Remember, this is the little Yugi, now a little older, from the Dark Side of Dimensions. And they did a pretty good job with the look. I like it. Paint detail, I mean, if you watch the Dark Magician video, there was some quality control with the paint, quality control problems with the paint. This one seems to be a lot better, but you can already tell though, there's still some issues. This yellow does not look good. It's like, I don't know, it's not properly applied, and that's really something I've never said in any review before for these high-end collector's figures. I mean, the red, you know, on the back of his head is also completely red, which a friend of me pointed out, like, why the fuck is his head? Why is this like red, purplish, or pink? It's actually more like a pink tone, now that I look at it. I would prefer red, but I'm not sure. Maybe it changed in the movie. Again, I've not seen the Dark Side of Dimensions yet. I've looked at some pictures, and it seems to be pretty accurate. But anyway, I mean, in the anime, it all is just like the red line over here, and he had still black in the back. So I don't know about that. You make it up for yourself. The eyes look good. Very proper job there. I really don't understand how they fuck up some other parts. Like, then you look at the jacket and you have some definite paint bleeding going on throughout this entire thing. So yeah, they overall it's good, but they mess up in some areas. And I mean, it's nothing too bad. It's still alright. So there you go at the overall look, and the dual disc, of course. One thing to note, you cannot take the dual disc off. I was kind of surprised when I took them out, but yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing to take it off. It is molded on there. Pretty bad paint bleeding over here as well. They didn't do a good job over there. Wow. I mean, this is fucking blue. That should be great. So, and that's a pretty big spot. Articulation. We have the same like with the Dark Magician. You have a little bit of a problem with the neck here. If you pull it back all the way, you have a big gap. But you don't have to pull it back. But still, it's kind of tricky to really adjust it. It will always be in like an angle like this. If you make it straight, it's like that. So it's really playing around with the neck and head articulation. But let's have a look at the head real quick. It's kind of hard to move the head around without moving the neck around, but the head moves around very nicely. Again, the neck just kind of naturally flows with it. Goes forward nicely, goes backward nicely. As far as the sculpt lets it, goes side to side. And then fatality! that's the Revoltech joints, guys, and I don't like them. I'm not a big fan of the Revoltech. I don't know if Union Creative has something to do with Revoltech, or it's just Revoltech guys who have started this line. Anyway, shoulder articulation goes up like that. Nothing more, unfortunately. It's blocked over there. And you have a 360-degree movement. This is actually good. The shoulder joint is actually, they're doing a good job on that. This is nicely molded also in here. I just wanna, looking at the jacket right there. So yeah, I mean it could go up a little bit more, but you can switch it around and move it up all the way. It's alright. Elbow joint, standard stuff. Does go up a little over, well, yeah. Doesn't go up all the way, but good enough for me at least. And then we have the fist is on the regular ball joint, which is nicely hidden, and therefore it doesn't move around that much. That's always the thing. If the ball joint is hidden, the articulation in the fist is going to be fairly limited, and in this one it's really super limited. It's really just like a little bit up or down, whatever. I like my stuff being hidden. I don't like having a big ball in there, and I get enough articulation out of it as it is. So same thing for the other arm. Dual disc doesn't really get into the way. Well, a little bit if you want to rotate it like that. So you got to play around with it. But yeah. And then we get to the torso, and I'm pretty sure now that my Dark Magician had a frozen joint or broken joint or whatever. Because if you remember with that review, I had trouble moving him back and forth, and I said I feel like it should ratchet, it should click, but it didn't. And this one is just like, listen, there you go, forward, backward. So this one's good, this one's working actually. You might, I mean, he's not gonna move that far. Well, also doesn't really go side to side, but yeah, back and forth is good, and side to side, also good. Nothing here. And then we have the balls again sticking out of the pants. It's just not a good design, guys. I'm sorry. Try to hide that shit. Make like a floating piece or something. I don't know. Again, I'm comparing this to SH Figuarts and Figma. If you disagree with that mindset, then I'm sorry, but this is what I'm looking at. This is the same style, Japanese creator, maker, or whatever you want to call it, producer. But yeah, the balls, they are clearly inside. It's just, there's no conversion here. There's just like pants, big ball, legs, and just like, okay. Also, they don't work super well. I mean, it's okay. It goes back, forward and back, but that's about it. It's always like a step program. Step 1, if you want to move the leg to the side and up, you have to move it up first and then to the side. And like, again, it always goes like at this weird angle. It doesn't go up fully 100%. I mean, you can push it up, but it doesn't stay up. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad joint, but it's just a joint I don't like. And now I want to put it back into place, so I have to put it up, move it to the side, and move it down. I don't know, it's just weird. And then they also don't stick in so well. I mean, you can just put it back in. It's not a huge deal, but still, meh. And then you have the big old balls in the legs, which just you just don't care. You just don't care about how that looks. If you do this, you just don't care. I'm sorry. So yeah, the motion is good. It looks terrible, and then fatality. Knee looks ugly as hell, but it works, and of course you can rotate it around. Why did I pick that song out of all the songs? I guess that's the dumbest one. However, no, whatever. Moving on to the feet. I mean, Revoltech really likes their ball joints. They're big fucking ball joints, and there's nothing else about it. Rotates all the way around, is on a big ball, and just like the rest, there's no, I mean, there's a little bit of rocking motion, but it's not like a full-fledged ankle rocker. It's hidden nicely under the pants, goes forward, goes up and down. So you get good motion out of it. Okay, so next up, let's have a look at the accessories. First of all, we have a little bit more variety in the faces than with the Dark Magician. We have the open mouth looking to the side, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they decided to put in teeth at the bottom and not at the top then. You know, either have them at the top or don't have them at all, I don't know. That's just me, though, maybe, I don't know. So then we have the smiling face looking to the side. And of course it came with the serious face. Kind of serious, angry looking face a little bit. That's the one already on the figure. And of course, fists are also already on the figure. And the extra hands you are getting is not great. If you're a fan of having a lot of hands and stuff, then these Vulcanlogs are not great for you. I mean, I don't really mind. So we have the open hand. If that is focus camera, Jesus H Christ. There you go. So I got the open hand. And the other one on the other side, same thing. Nicely done. And of course, what would a Yu-Gi-Oh figure be without a card holding hand? You gotta have that, right? You gotta absolutely have that. So you have these for both sides. They look a little bit different. Of course, here he has the hand and there it flies away. Here he has the hand angle like he pulls a card out of the deck. So then, but yeah, what would card holding hands be without cards? Whee! Unfortunately, there's nothing on there. Like only they did like some kind of little things at the for the first one, and then just plain white for the other ones. I mean, whatever. It's all right. I'm not gonna go on a rant for that, but it's not so good. But anyway, that doesn't really go into that one. I just wanted to try. Of course, this is not for that one because you also have a single card, of course. Same thing. Has some detail on the back and regular card logo. It's white on the side. It's kind of bothering me that. Should be like orange or gold or whatever. Anyway, who cares? So let's put that one in here. Okay, fits in nicely. Fits in very tightly actually because the cards are pretty damn big. Where is the other one now? And you have this one. For this, fits in, he holds it. Don't play some card games. That's not how this works. Anyway, but yeah, there's the accessories. Also comes with the base. Same as the Dark Magician has the base, which is okay. And quite frankly, I don't know about this. Is this a production error? Because this is not even on the box. This is nowhere on the box does it say that this would be in there. And I don't know. It looks like a fucking effect, like an energy effect, not really an energy effect, but like when you dash, and that actually pegs into his feet. So I don't know if that's an error. It goes in there. It goes in there. Because I don't really see this for like a Yu-Gi-Oh figure. I don't know. I really don't know. It would maybe like for the Dark Magician, but why would it come with Yugi? Maybe bonus? Like I said, it's nowhere listed. There's no picture of this on the back of the box, and there's you know what? See, there's the contents of the box. All of this, the figure, and all of these things. And there's no mentioning of that energy effect or whatever. So yeah, as you can see on the back of the box, there's one more thing. There's one more thing you're getting, and that's this card holder. And it comes with a poster for the Dark Side of Dimensions. So yeah, that looks cool. But we all know you don't want to put this in. If you have something like that, you know, like a little thing to hold, like a card-shaped item, and it's Yugi, what do you put in there? That's right. That's the only thing you're going to put in there. So you can summon your Dark Magicians. You put up the card and you can pose them like that. So that's really what this is for, right? To put in your Dark Magician card. And it holds on fairly nicely. Well, not that great. The card is a little too small for it. They could have put these things a lot closer to each other. But whatever, it's a nice little bonus. You can summon your Dark Magicians and have the card in the back. So to wrap things up, I'm gonna have a little bit of side-by-side comparison. Well, not really comparison. We're gonna have the Dark Magician in here with Yugi and the Dark Magician card. So all combined like a big happy family. So final thoughts time. What do I think about this Yugi from Vulcanlog Union Creative? It's a lot, I like it a lot better than the Dark Magician. First of all, I mean, the articulation still, I will never be a fan of the Revoltech joints, all the clicking and, you know, just the rotating. There's like ball joints everywhere and they don't work so well like the Figma or the SH Figuarts. That being said, the articulation works. He has enough movement and the figure looks good. So overall, I like it. I do like it. I like it better than this one, again, because I didn't try to make like goofy articulation like this shit in here. You don't need that. I don't want to see that. It just disrupts the figure. So keep it like Yugi. I mean, they didn't go anywhere too fancy with this one, but they gotta fix their knees. Please fix their knees. Anything else? It looks good. Again, it looks good on the shelf. The fact that you can't take off the dual disc again is a little bit of a bummer, but what you gotta do, it's alright. So, I kind of do recommend this one. I think it looks good. The Dark Magician, this one's better. But there's a lot more things going on with the Dark Magician, so can't really say the same thing. Can't really compare them like it's the same thing. But anyway, this Yugi's good. I like him. But Vulcanlog can still make some improvements. So anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for Yugi, as usual. If you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like and maybe subscribe if you want to stay updated with more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever I want, which is like the Figma Yugi. It's gonna come next. Woo! Rejoice. I'm really looking forward to this comparison. But anyway, goodbye. It's time to duel. It was time to duel. The video's over. Go home.